We go live.
It hasn't shown up yet. There it is.
Well, this was serious.
You good, Dan?
Transitioning. And we are live.
Live from Self Edition.
Yeah. So, somebody from chat want to let us know if the audio is okay.
And how awesome this microphone is.
Yes, it's the rock band
Rock
mic.
band. Yeah, I brought it. It's
Thank
necessary.
Still waiting on the chat.
Oh, the
Okay, sound is
oh,
good.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we've got a few housekeeping things here this week. I am Dan, and not Rocco, but I'm bringing you the show. And so normally we do the Distro challenge first. This week we're going to take some reports from Self, because there's some guys at Self. And then we're going to move on to the Distro challenge. But before all of that, I'm going to turn it over to Rocco, and he's going to give us a word from our sponsor.
All right. So for the first time, I have been approached before about sponsors, and I have said no. A company approached me to sponsor the YouTube channel, and this time this company was a little bit different. And I have always said that I won't put a sponsor on there in the channel that I don't like or agree with. I think it's a good product. So the YouTube channel is now sponsored by UpCloud, and UpCloud is a cloud server provider in the likes of Linode and DO. So they have virtual private servers. They have a server that you can spin up in seconds and not minutes. They have a 100% uptime. That is what they claim. And everything that I have put it through for, that I have used for it since trying it out, it has had 100% uptime. So Ryan, you're into servers and everything. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I helped you kind of set this up and take a look at it and get some servers running up on it so that you could do some testing with it. And I think it's really neat. And they've reached out to a lot of folks in the Linux community to kind of get their name out there. And, you know, we'll see how everything goes. But so far, everything you said was working great.
Yep. And they have a technology called Max IOPS that allows them to run the servers faster than digital. And this is documented in documents on their website that you can look at. So there is a promo code if you'd like to try it out. Big Daddy Linux is the promo code, and you get an extra $25 and an extended 7-day trial. So there you go. All right, now that that's out of the way,
Awesome.
we are live at Self.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
How's it been going?
Tell me, what do you guys think of Self?
Well, I think it's been great because Zeb's been here. You've been here, Rocco. We've had an absolute fantastic time. Destination Linux we got to do yesterday. You helped launch that. That was your baby. And you've seen it kind of grow. And now we're on Big Daddy Linux. But it's everyone together. And this is the first time we've ever sat next to each other. All the years me and Rocco worked together, it's the first time we got to hang out. Zeb, the same way. You got to hang out with Noah as well. And you get to see all these personalities. And what's kind of funny about Self is people come up and they're like, hey, how are you doing? And until they give me their tag name in Telegram, I have, that's the moment where I'm like, oh, that's who it is. It's, so you don't know anybody by their name. You kind of know them by their tag name in Telegram, which I think is interesting. But it's been an amazing experience spending time with you and Zeb and Noah and Michael together. And I told you guys when we were coming back, because we just sit in the car and laugh the whole time we're together that I really wish we all lived in the same city anyways, because this was a lot of fun.
It would be awesome. Zeb, my man, what do you think of yourself?
Self has exceeded my expectations. Meeting the DL team, meeting you, has been absolutely awesome. Michael and Ryan and Noah and have been exceptional hosts. You've welcomed me to America, and I've really enjoyed the experience. And despite my initial reservations, biscuits and gravy is actually very, very nice.
There it is.
It actually tastes
We also
good.
had him try grits, and he loved the grits too.
Bacon and waffles. Wow. When I get back, my diabetic doctor is going to have kinetic tips with the amount of sugar that they're going to find in my body. But no, it's been a great experience. And Self itself is just, it's the community. It's awesome. They've got lots of presentations that you can go and see. But it's not only the presentation good, but the minute you come out of that presentation and into the hallway, there are 15, 20 different conversations going on with groups of people about different subjects. And you can just join in, no one thinks you're interfering or being where you shouldn't be. The whole thing has just been fantastic. And it's all thanks to you, ladies and gentlemen, who sponsored me on that GoFundMe and helped me get out here. So that is truly awesome. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ryan, I have one question for Ryan, though, before you go past that. How much did you pay that guy in that car to rev that engine and drive by at that moment?
That was perfectly natural, dude.
That is
just
complete
happened.
fake news. I hired nobody. Absolutely wouldn't do that. It was about $50.
That was awesome.
Michael,
That's just the North Carolina. This is normal North Carolina.
give me your impressions of Self.
Self is an interesting. This is my second year at Self, and this is the first year I did a talk that didn't blow up in my face. So that was great. I did 2 talks just to make up for the last one. And it was a really fun experience. And I think that overall, just meeting everybody here is great. And meeting people I've just known by names for, just a few years even. I've never only know their usernames, not even their actual names, and they tell me their names, and it's like, oh right, that makes sense. And now I know your actual name. It's like I stopped even thinking about their names as the username at that point. So it's like a fun experience, and also getting to meet Zeb and everything, and hanging out with Rocco, and it's just a overall just fun, great experience, and especially with Zeb, all of the new Englishisms.
Is that a word?
They're like, having a stupid year with that. Like, there's a bunch of them that are great. Like, and he'll just randomly say it. We're like, wait, that's a new one.
You mean actual English instead of American?
Yeah.
No, we have the real English. Theirs is the fake one, just like their fake squid money.
Squiddles. Squiddles.
Yeah.
And Rocco has seen the money, and it's
I did. It's ridiculous. Their new money now is like the half the size of what it was, and the feel of the money. If you've ever peeled a sticker off, and you've had the back piece of paper, it's really shiny and slippery. That's what the money feels like. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they use it. How do you handle like if you've got 20 of them? Like, there's no way.
You can't. It just slips and slides in your hand, and it's something that we used to have the normal paper money like you guys did, but they've changed the 5 and the 10, and they are just horrible. The idea is that they are going to last forever because they're made of this plastic material, but they're just too slip, and they never age. So whether you've got a £10 note that's 1 day old or 5 years old, it's still got that horrible slippery feel, and they stick together, and we don't like it at all.
That sounds like our money a bit too, Zeb. Have you got little clear windows in yours as well? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So our 5s and 10s were the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey Zeb, have you thought about contacting Hasbro to see if they'll change it?
Look, we have a good time here, and we're joking around and everything. But I just want to say that there is more than joking around going on here. The talks themselves are absolutely awesome. And Eric, the IT guy, I had to come to Self just to get him to show back up on Biddle. So, but I was in his talk about open source, and it was a fabulous talk on getting into open source and resources for it. And Eric, again, it was a fabulous talk. Are they going to record this and post it to YouTube so regular people can watch it, or?
I think it's posted already.
Nice. Well, I suggest you guys go listen to that talk because it was absolutely awesome.
I have to ask though. Hey Zeb, which one of them went to the knitting section?
I think Ryan was there.
That sounds about
They
right.
called it the fiber track.
Knitting. Oh yeah. First of all, it was fantastic. We took these 2 needles and we knitted this little sweater, and it's my gift to Zeb when he goes back to England. It's fantastic. It's in a shape I can't share on the stream, but you know, a hand, 1 finger, that type of thing.
As long as you knitted a Doctor Who scarf, that's cool.
Right?
Hey, I own one of those. Thank you.
All right. Other people are here as well from Self. So Carlos, you're here at Self right now. What do you think of Self? Is this your first year, second year, 100th
This
year?
is my first year itself, but it's my second Linux festival. I was at Texas Linux Fest last year. This is twice as big as Texas Linux Fest, which was good. The talks were great. The Bo Weaver. Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
It's okay.
I'm Michael.
Yeah. First thing I
Rocket.
remember. You'd think I'd be better at it since my name is hard to pronounce. But anyway, no, it was that was a great talk on penetration testing and security and just the best security practices. I met a lot of great people here. I got a lot of good information. The hallway track was always the best part. Getting on this, I even switched my machine over to OpenSUSE based on the talk that was had on the DL podcast a few weeks ago, and it was it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you made
All right. So
eyes like
I got to tell you that I told the story on Destination Linux, but I got to tell you guys, I don't know if you guys watched the live stream or if it was even hearable because I know there was a big delay. But I'm here and I meet this guy in one of the talks and I say hi to him. I shake his hand and everything. I'm sitting there talking to him. So the meeting ends and we go to the next meeting, and he comes in and he sits down. After that meeting, we were talking, and he's like, he says, I listened to Destination. That is a great podcast. Do you listen to it? He said, you should probably listen to it sometime. It's pretty great. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I started it. I'm pretty sure I know this. But
I didn't say anything. I just said, yeah, I know, and I got up and walked away.
Nice. Well played. Well played.
Oh, yeah. But, Don, are you there, Don? Do you have audio? Don is another one connecting from Self. I guess he doesn't have audio. Austin, you got audio? Are you here?
I got audio.
There's Don.
There's Don.
Don, what do you think of Self?
Oh, Don, your audio is just a little bit low.
We
there.
lost your
Your audio's not coming through, brother.
He's very quiet.
Can't hear you.
All right. While I got a chance, I'm going to thank Dave, who's standing over there, who is the SQL guys who let us borrow this table that we can actually talk to you guys. So I appreciate that.
So one of the things I want to talk about, if you don't mind, Rocco, is the fact that last year, Self, when we would go into the conference rooms, which Michael talks about him bombing, but the reality is Noah didn't control the audio and video last year itself.
Mm-hmm.
And what was happening is the hotel ran it, and they ran it with Windows.
Yeah.
And so everything had to go through Windows computers at a Linux Fest. This was not ideal.
Especially when your talk is about a piece of software on Linux.
This year, Noah said, hey, I'm taking over the whole production. I'm going to run the fiber. I'm going to put the equipment in. I'm going to do the audio and video. Everything's going to be Linux. He did it. It's been a huge success, and it's so much better walking around seeing Linux everywhere instead of Windows. So that to me made a difference in this conference from year to year, is having someone from the Linux family come in and make it pure Linux.
Yeah, just taking over all the aspects of it to improve it. Like if you go into it like last year, you'd see a laptop and then you'd see the camera and a projector, and that's it. And this year you go in, like there's mixers, there's a lot of equipment that just like looks like it's so specifically set up to make it like allow you to do so many different features. And one of the things that's really cool is that you can actually watch all of this live on the self stream, and Noah helped set that up, and it's a huge improvement to the last year.
It's awesome.
Well, but that just goes to show you that it can be done with Linux when you really want it to be done with Linux. So Michael, this was your first year that you actually had a successful talk?
Yeah, because thanks to Noah, I was able to connect to a projector. Actually, Ryan helped me too. Mainly, like Ryan helped me because he brought a laptop that I could actually use, and that was so much easier. And it was a great experience because I did 2 talks this year, and it's different, very different vibe from doing podcasts. When you're doing a talk, if you stumble, there's no editing, and I don't stumble because I'm so amazing, but occasionally
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Michael?
Oh, everyone's got a cough.
It might have appeared that I was stumbling at some point, but that was just your imagining.
Close your ears for a second, Michael.
Okay.
Actually, Michael's talks were really well done, and he did a great job with them. So
I like that you told me to close my ears for that. I don't want him to know.
You don't need to know. Your head's big enough, dude.
Yeah, it just exploded.
Last year, the talk was actually it was really awkward because of the technical issues. But after it was done, everybody was applauding me going through the process of even trying to do it and trying to get by, even if it was terrible or terrible technical stuff. But not like the talk itself wasn't terrible. And that was an experience. I was like, if I can make a talk that is going disastrous with the technical issues, and it's my first talk ever, I think next year's going to be great. And it definitely was when Ryan let me use this laptop, except for the only negative aspect of that is me having to try to find Ryan and say, hey, put your password in so I can use that.
Before we get too far, can I request, Michael, that you interview somebody with that microphone? Because I'd really like to see that happen.
That is a fantastic suggestion.
Look,
hey, what did you think about Rockman?
Yeah, that's what you'd hear. Nothing.
No. Actually, hold on a second. What do you think about Rockman?
I loved it.
See? Exactly. Perfect.
Well, look, the one bad thing about Self, there's only one bad thing, and that is that we didn't get to meet all of you guys there.
Yeah,
so
I wish I was there too.
At some point, what do you guys think about a BDLL meetup somewhere in the middle of the country, somewhere?
For everyone but Dark One.
I mean, Matt can't come, but because
I love the idea.
Reasons.
I love the idea.
Love it.
So
It's a great idea.
it's nothing that's What's that, Nate?
I think it's a great idea. So where's it going to be? Like Tennessee? That seems kind of in the middle of everything.
Let's make it I'm thinking Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City would probably be somewhere, Missouri, so maybe, I don't know. Missouri might be in the middle.
There are no highways in Missouri, are there?
But there's nothing like, I'm just trying to gauge interest because there's no sense of putting it on if like 2 people show up. I mean, we might have a good time talking about Linux, but it would only be 2 people. So
I'll be there.
I'd be there.
Plan it out far enough.
Yeah, if we plan it far enough, I'll be there.
Yeah, it would be probably a year or so in advance. That way, everybody could get their vacations. They set and maybe we could just make a specific date sometime. But we'll talk about that more. But I just wanted to gauge some interest because that's something that would be awesome.
Well, I'd be coming up from Miami. So.
Well, I love meeting Zeb and Ryan and Michael and Eric and everybody, but like Chicken, you should have been here, dude.
Could you imagine? All they would do is sit around and talk about elementary the whole time.
Right? I mean, Dan, that would have been awesome, dude, if you could have came. Everybody here, I could just go down the list. Barb, you should come. Would you come to a Biddle meetup?
I would. It depends on where it is, because I'm in upstate New York.
Right.
I gotta go past you, Barb.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we get right down to one.
Yep.
Hey, I freely announce if I ever win the lottery, I will pay for everybody in Biddle to meet anywhere in the world that you want to have it.
Well, no, I never have a ride, so we'll yeah.
We need to have
Your audio is so good, Michael. Let me tell you, that rock band is outstanding.
I know.
That really is fantastic. I just gotta say.
Oh, we can do it at the office hour.
Did they turn the reverb function off on that mic?
It's because of the other microphone. Like probably.
Echo, it's like you're Mr. Echo Man.
Hey, can you switch it from 12-year-old mode to like 18-year-old mode?
It's okay. It's because I mute myself when I'm not talking, and no one else does.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, the problem is we are all so close together. Even when Michael talks on his, my microphone is picking it up a bit, so I'll need to turn mine off when I'm not talking.
We should probably do what we tell everybody else to do and mute our mics when we're not talking.
I think somebody muted me, but that's okay.
And also, as you know, as Zeb pointed out, as Americans, we're very loud, so that kind of might be a part of it too.
No, we're not.
Well, Rocco,
yelling to do that.
in Michael's case, wouldn't it be better if the mic was just muted permanently?
No.
Wow.
Colin, what were you going to say?
Sorry?
Were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. Eric, let me get your opinion, brother. How many conferences have you been to, and what is the atmosphere at Salt Lake?
So, I mean, Self is definitely unique. This year, I've been to a couple of DevOps days. I've been to a DevSecOps day. And so those are usually a lot more corporate. I went and attended Linux Fest Northwest. So I was just there. I didn't talk. I didn't podcast, didn't anything. Just went and kind of just enjoyed the atmosphere. But I mean, Linux Fest Northwest was great. But itself, there's a different atmosphere here. It was great running into people at the airport, getting on the shuttle to come here. I mean, just even from the first moment that I walked in, it was great talking to people. It's been great hanging out in the hallway and talking to vendors and talking to people that I've known on Telegram, easily 4 years now. So it's just a different atmosphere, and on top of all the relationship building and all the people that we've met, there's been an educational piece to it as well because there are actually people who can talk.
Yeah, just
awesome. So, who else?
Anyway,
yeah.
Don, did you get your audio working? I guess that's a no. No, there were many other people, and there are actually people like Jackie and a couple other guys that are sitting there listening and watching on the stream. So there's many other people. We're just not getting them on Zoom.
Awesome.
Yeah, good job. All right. So, anything else you want to say about it?
I mean, being with Zeb, as Michael was talking about, is the highlight for me, right? And being able to spend time with him. And the saddest thing, the worst thing about this for me is I'm not going to see Zeb after tomorrow in person. And can we talk about one more time that Zeb, when we were doing Destination Linux yesterday and we had 25, 30 people around the booth, messed up Michael's hair, the whole crowd erupted into applause because you finally checked them in person, Zeb. Congratulations, man.
I have a question for you, Zeb.
Yeah, go on.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay, I was like, you look really tall. I've never seen you standing next to other people, so this was like mind blowing.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, I'm just slightly shorter than Michael, but probably twice as wide.
It's really fun talking trash to people and then pushing Zeb in front to protect him.
Austin.
I was just going to say, I'd just like to echo what Ryan has said, that the greatest thing about being here has been meeting Ryan and Michael and Noah and, of course, Rocco. It's just a culmination of what has been, for me, a fantastic 18 months. And then just bumping into people who come up and go, okay, so just got to move the mic out of front. Yes, I've been representing Peppermint.
Yeah.
So they come up, and the first thing is who's that? And I haven't said a word. It's because I've got this Peppermint shirt on. And I'll be talking in the lift, and then all of a sudden they go, you're that British guy on Destination Linux. Hi, Zeb.
That's an elevator, Zeb?
Who are you? So,
We understood.
it's let's not go with the whole, you've got this, you've got the language on. It's a lift.
It's still a lift.
Yeah, and meeting people like Eric for the first time and Jackie, who have been in the Telegram channel, but we've only just chatted. And Carlos, when I heard him first mentioned by Wendy Hill, to actually meet the guy behind that phenomenal photography website has just been absolutely brilliant. That's been the most enjoyable thing for me, meeting people that I've been speaking to for ages on Telegram. It's a wonderful experience. And I'm going to be sad when I have to fly home.
Now, what's neat is everybody's running Linux here, but has anybody taken note of the laptops that you've seen? Because a lot of people sit around with their laptops open, work on different projects. What the most used distro here is?
That's fake.
There's a lot of i3 going on here, I can tell you that.
A lot of i3.
There's a lot of i3 going on.
Okay, that's all I wanted someone to say, so thanks.
Yep. You're welcome. Pay me later.
I actually, it's hard to tell because I feel people are customizing so much. It's hard to tell what they're using a lot of times because like there's people who have, their Plasma looking like GNOME or their X2CE looking like Unity, things like that. You can't really tell exactly what they're doing. So that's kind of an interesting thing. Is like the best you can do is just guess what DE they are rather than distro. It's almost impossible. But it is really fun to see that. I don't think I haven't seen any Windows or Mac at all here. And every conference I've ever gone to, there's probably at least 50-50 Mac and Windows with the Linux stuff. So that is a fantastic thing to see. Not only the conference itself fully out, like decked out, but pretty much everybody here is also fully decked out in Linux so far that I've noticed. So that's a fantastic thing.
You know what? I was happy to see. I don't know if the rest of you have noticed this, but there's a lot of distros that don't always get a lot of publicity, like OpenSUSE. I've seen a lot of OpenSUSE around, and that was great. The different distros people are trying than just maybe just a standard Ubuntu and things that you expect, and a lot of people are running it. But it's neat to see some of these other distros gain in popularity. I've seen a lot of.
Well, me and Zeb stopped.
I totally agree with that. That's great.
Well, we stopped, Nate, at the OpenSUSE table and talked to the guy for a little bit, and he was actually going to help Zeb put OpenSUSE on his link.